Hi guys, Righteous Raymond here, back again with another powerful dose of truth for the day, and that is this. Your narcissist is not going to change. Your narcissist is not changing, okay? I want you to abandon all hope of your narcissist up and changing one day, okay? It's not going to happen. Get over it. All right. The reason they're not going to change, it's a number of reasons they're not going to change. I'm going to share them with you, okay? One reason they're not going to change is because change requires the ability and the willingness to have introspection, reflection, self-reflection, insight. That's an ability that the narcissist does not have. All right. So, like you and me, let's say you get fired. We'll be like, my boss fired me. I'm so mad at him or her. But then you'll be like, well, I did come in late a lot. And I did argue with her a lot. And I did jump on one of the customers. So, yeah, I can see why she fired me. That's ability that we can sit there in ourselves and look at ourselves and evaluate our behaviors, our words, our actions, and see how maybe we cause something to not go in our favor, okay? The narcissist lacks that ability, okay? They cannot see things from other people's point of view. They don't have empathy, okay? Empathy, seeing from other people's point of view would be, for example, they said with your best friend you've had since elementary school. Say with your best friend. The average person can probably say, it probably was kind of messed up with me because that's like her best friend since like all her history was with this best friend of hers, and she was even the godmother of her best friend's daughter. It's probably gonna be kind of awkward, and they have a business together as well. They own a hair salon together. So me sleeping with her best friend probably made it kind of awkward for them. I shouldn't have done that. That was wrong. Narcissists don't have that. They don't have that introspection, that seeing stuff from your point of view and seeing how much it hurts you. They don't have another thing. They don't have, you all. They don't have remorse. They don't have regrets. They don't have remorse. Their only regret would probably be the fact that they let their mask slip. Like, man, why did I go off on her like that at the darn honeymoon? Now she gonna try to annul the marriage. Their only regret is being caught being the monster that they are. Okay, they have no remorse what they did. They don't feel bad about sleeping with your best friend. They just hate that. They hate that people know about it and that they're gonna judge them as a jerk. They don't regret doing it. They do it again in a heartbeat. They don't have remorse. They don't have empathy. They don't have compassion for how other people are feeling. Whether they do it or somebody else do it, they don't think about how other people feel, okay? All right? So another reason the narcissist is not going to change is because they know of other tactics to get you back. Okay? Why would I change if I can just use a million other tactics and not change? Change is too hard. Change requires introspection, self-reflection, insight, compassion, empathy, seeing stuff from your point of view, reading books on narcissism, and watching YouTube videos about narcissism, and going to therapy. And this is too much work. I'm not doing all that. I'll just use one of my other tactics. So the narcissist, one thing that they do, I noticed this with some of my exes who are narcissists, they would try to catch me on a vulnerable day, okay? This is usually holidays or anniversaries of people's deaths, or they know that you lost your job, or they know that let's say you got divorced. They'll reach out to you when if your dog dies, your child dies, or something like that. Then they'll reach out to you, and you're so vulnerable, you're so overwhelmed with grief for other losses that you don't really think about the monster that they are to you. One of my narcissists, always one or two of them, reached out to me on my mother's anniversary of her passing. Okay, they just reached out. They knew like when she last talked to me, she was mad at me. I was mad at her. But I don't want to apologize for what I did to make her mad. I'll just reach out on her mother's anniversary, and she was so overcome with grief about her mother's passing that this will pale in comparison. Whatever I did in the past will pale in comparison. That's what they thought. All right. But you'd be so appreciative that they even remembered it. You're like, well, thanks. And then open the door for communication back again, okay? They reach out to you in a vulnerable day. Let's say you lost your job. They know you probably tight on money. You probably worried. They call you some encouraging word, fake encouragement word. They'll call you when you're probably horny, after you left the club, you've been drinking. They call you when you're broke, when you want attention. Like on Valentine's Day, you wanted attention on Valentine's Day. You wanted to take pictures. You want to be at a date. You want to dress up real cute, your makeup and your hair done, cute outfit on, your freakum dress, because you was like, it was Valentine's Day. All my friends are posting cute pictures of Valentine's Day. I want a Valentine's Day too. So you'll answer the call. You answer the call for your narcissistic ex just to have a picture for Valentine's Day, or you want to have the matching pajamas for Christmas like your best friends have with their husbands or their boyfriends. They catch on a vulnerable day. They don't have to apologize. Just reach out on a vulnerable day, and she'll be open, and she'll be, in a good mood or a bad mood, and enough to let me in. All right. Another thing that the narcissist does, instead of apologizing, because they are or changing because they can't change. They will gaslight you about what happened, okay? That's another powerful tactic. They can wait to a vulnerable day, or they can gaslight you about what happened, all right? So what that looks like is, I don't know why you were saying I was sleeping with my coworker. That was not even me. That was my best friend texting through my phone because his wife would go through his phone all the time. That wasn't even me. That was my... So they'll come back, it could be 2 years later. Instead of just saying, I slept with my coworker, that was wrong, they'll just say, you just so jealous. You so jealous, man. I keep telling you, my best friend used my phone because his phone fell in the toilet. He was texting his girlfriend from my phone. And yes, she said my name in the text message, but that's her nickname for my best friend. They don't change. They just change the narrative. Okay, the narrative is gonna be changed. Okay, they spent those 2 years not talking to you, coming up with the way to flip the script, to change the narrative, to make up a storyline that you could believe. Okay, to make you better back in. All right. They will gaslight you about what happened. Let's say your narcissistic ex. Let's say he was real rough with you. He was real rough with you. Rough. Say he pushed you against the wall, and it's been like 6 months since you heard from him. He hits you up and say, baby, I don't know what's wrong. I miss you so much. I'm like, I don't know what, cause like I was playing with you. Like I was playing with my exes like that. I played with my sister like that, my niece and nephew like that. And I just was playing with you, and you tripped on the carpet. The carpet was kind of lifted up, and you tripped on the carpet, and so you fell on the wall. I didn't push you. I was playing with you, roughhousing, and you fell. And because it's been so much time passed, you're like, well, my carpet, dude, it just had a little dog ear in the corner. I probably did slip on the carpet. Then puts it, you horny, you bored, or you lonely, or whatever. You want to believe the lie. And there actually was a study done. I was listening to Professor Sam Backman, I think it was him today. And he was saying that they studied the memory of people who are empaths, people who are typically abused by narcissists or empaths. And they tested the minds of, I guess like other people who are more confident. And the people who are more confident, they trusted their mind. They're like, no, you pushed me. Now I remember because you ran back 3 feet and you charged at me with both of your hands, and I hit that wall. And when I told you you pushed me, you said, yeah, I pushed you. And I don't care. Confident person gonna remember all the little detail, and they're gonna reiterate, no, this is exactly what happened. I have the camera footage to prove it. A person who's empathic, who's very like conscientious, like how you are, they'll say, well, maybe I did trip because I am kind of clumsy. I did trip the other day. Maybe I'm just kind of clumsy. My dad said I am kind of clumsy. You see what I'm talking about? They will come to you months later hoping that you can maybe remember the story differently as they tell you to remember. So people who are empaths like you, if somebody comes to tell them a story, what they call revisionist history, they will actually begin to remember it differently for the sake of the narcissist coming back into their life, okay? All right? So they're playing on your sympathy. They're playing on your forgiveness, your grace, your mercy, your compassion, your Christianity. Aren't you Christians supposed to forgive me? I made a mistake. Just forgive me, okay? All right? So they're playing on your conscientious. The conscientious people are people who are extremely particular about getting stuff right. Conscientious people are like extremely particular about, did I take this candy bar? Did I pay for this candy at the store? Most people just take the candy and they just, well, I took the candy. I didn't mean to. I'm going to go ahead and eat it. A conscientious person will go back 30 miles back to the store and say, can you review the camera? Did I take this candy bar from the store? That's the people who are conscientious. They're very, very like careful about not doing stuff wrong. So people like that are like prime targets for the narcissist. So for those of you who say, well, Misty, he can change because I knew this one girl in Australia who her man after 5 years changed. Well, I'm here to tell you, she was the exception to the rule. You're the rule. We're the rule. Okay. Her man changed. Your man's not going to change. Okay. The girl you met in Australia, that one girl, she was the one. They say statistics 1 in a million. She was the 1 in a million whose man changed. Your man's not going to change. You're not the exception, okay? You're not some special thing where everything, all the exceptions fall upon you. Every exception don't apply to you. And this one don't either. You're not going to be the one to win a lottery. You're not going to be the one whose narcissistic boyfriend or fiance, baby daddy changes. Your man's not going to change. Your girlfriend's not going to change. You're not the exception, okay? You're the one where they will actually hurt you real bad. You're the one, you're not the exception in a good way. You're the exception in the bad way. All the bad things they can do to you, they will do to you. You're not that special, okay? All right. Thank you all for watching. Buy my book on Amazon or Kindle. Bye.